In Savannah, Georgia, journalist and recovering alcoholic Justin Kemp is called for jury duty in a case involving the death of Kendall Carter. A year earlier, Kendall had an argument with her boyfriend, James Scythe, at a local bar, after which she was found dead under a bridge. Scythe is charged with her murder. Faith Kilbrew, who is running for district attorney and hoping to gain support with a high-profile domestic violence conviction, serves as the prosecutor. Witnesses testify that Scythe was intoxicated and disruptive on the night in question and followed Kendall after she stormed off. The coroner's report suggests Kendall's injuries were caused by a blunt instrument, and an eyewitness claims to have seen Scythe near the location where Kendall's body was found. However, Justin starts to believe he might have unintentionally killed Kendall. On the night of her death, he had almost relapsed at the bar where Scythe and Kendall were, and later hit something with his car, assuming it was a deer. Unable to find the animal, he drove home, but now he fears it could have been Kendall. Hoping to prevent an innocent man from being convicted, Justin turns to his Alcoholics Anonymous sponsor, Larry, who is also a defense attorney. Larry warns Justin that because of his past DUIs, no one will believe he was sober, and he risks being imprisoned. Larry also tells him that Faith Kilbrew is determined to secure a conviction for her election campaign, and even a hung jury will not stop her. Determined to help Scythe, Justin decides to argue for a not guilty verdict. Scythe's public defender, Eric Resnick, is overworked and makes several mistakes, failing to present a competing medical opinion or challenge the visibility issues at the crime scene. As the deliberations progress, most of the jurors lean toward a conviction. However, retired Detective Harold, at Justin's suggestion, begins to question the eyewitness testimony, suggesting confirmation bias could have influenced their account. Another juror points out the poor visibility, and a medical student proposes that Kendall's injuries might have been caused by a hit and run. This theory gains traction, causing Justin to fear that he may be identified as the killer. Harold, breaking jury rules, drives out to the area where the body was found, and Justin follows him. Harold later asks him why he followed him, and Justin tells him he isn't supposed to investigate on his own. Harold tells Justin he is investigating local body shops and narrows the potential suspects to 15 vehicles, including Justin's. When Harold presents this information, Justin cleverly exposes Harold's findings in court, resulting in Harold being disqualified from the jury. As the trial progresses, Kilbrew grows conflicted, realizing that law enforcement may have influenced the eyewitness to identify Scythe as no other suspects were questioned. Despite her duty to act with candor, she refuses to withdraw the charge. She visits the owners of the vehicles Harold identified, and Justin's car, though registered to his wife, Allie, is on the list. Allie lies to Kilbrew, repeating Justin's cover story, but later confronts him. Justin admits to being at the bar that night, but insists he hit a deer on a different road. Though skeptical, Allie, who is pregnant and has suffered a previous miscarriage, keeps the secret to protect their family. When Marcus, a fellow juror, refuses to change his vote, Justin convinces the rest of the jury to convict Scythe, though he is absent when the verdict is read as Allie has given birth to their baby. Scythe is sentenced to life without parole. Justin attends the sentencing, his expression tense and troubled, and Kilbrew notices him observing from the crowd. Kilbrew discovers Justin's connection to the case through his marriage to Allie via a Google search. Kilbrew meets with Justin outside the courthouse, who suggests that if someone else accidentally killed Kendall, they shouldn't be punished harshly. She counters that with an innocent man convicted, it is no longer an accident. Justin argues that Kilbrew, having pushed so hard for Scythe's conviction, would risk losing her DA position if she pursued another suspect, and that a good man would have his life ruined. He urges her to drop the case, mentioning Scythe's history of violence. Shortly after, Kilbrew is elected DA, and Justin sells his car to sever his link to the crime. Resnick shows up to congratulate Kilbrew and tells her that he hopes her forcing a conviction was worth it. This causes Kilbrew to reflect on the choices she made, As Justin and Allie play with their daughter, Kilbrew arrives at their door.